Which I hated that movie, by the way.
What's that?
I hated the reboot of that movie. I was mad about it.
Yeah.
Jane Silent Bob.
The reboot. Yeah, I mean,
I didn't see that. I did see Clerks 2.
Yeah,
I love
Clerks
that
2.
movie.
I want to see that again.
That's why I want to.
They're doing a Clerks 3.
Yeah, I hope I have high hopes for Clerks 3.
High hopes.
Hello.
He's got high hopes.
I don't know. Since he's been smoking, it's just not the same. What's with the?
No, I mean, just calm down.
Simmer down now.
Jim Deeber, calm down. All that.
Simmer down.
Simmer down.
Now.
Simmer down now. Simmer down. Simmer. Donna.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Here we
Donna
go.
Summer. How she appear in the phone book? Summer. Donna. Sandana. Summer Donna. Simmer Donna.
Oh my God.
That is so obnoxious because it's like the last thing people want to hear, like when they're like stressed out. Simmer down.
Simmer down now.
Don't tell me to simmer down. Fuck you. There's a I read this great book a few years ago.
Oopsie
called,
daisy.
Called Verbal Judo.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy was like had studied language and and he was, check this out, Kevin.
Yeah.
He was a cop, and he was also a philosophy professor.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like an interesting kind of guy, and he's really skilled at martial arts. He's a good fighter, and he talked about busting these people up, and then the next day his sergeant called him and say, "Dude, you can't just walk around punching people in the head, knocking them out, dragging them to jail. We don't operate that way." So he had to learn a way to do stuff. But one of the things that's in the book is never ever tell anybody, not just women, but don't tell anybody to calm down. If you it's the last thing the words should ever come out of your mouth is calm down.
Right. Yeah, calm down.
That immediately makes people go,
I get so
fuck you.
I lose my whole mind.
Yeah, it makes me exactly.
Calm down.
People lose their
What
minds
the fuck
when
did
you
you just say to me?
to calm down.
Who the fuck do you think you are? Like a
Exactly.
spider that made his home in my
that
car.
is the kind of that's just the reaction that you will get if you tell people to calm down. Everybody, calm down. What are you? Or hey, lady, calm down. Oh, that's gonna go over good, right?
Yeah. Good luck with that.
You women can never calm down.
That's
right?
my thing, right there.
Honey, calm down.
Oh my God. Okay.
Chill, relax.
That's the same thing telling people to calm down. That's just as bad.
I don't know why the word relax irritates me.
Don't do it when you want to get to it. Relax. When you want to boom, 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 boom.
Makes me want to club baby seals.
We should do a podcast about Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
How long will that last?
See, this is what I'm talking about. He has these great ideas. In the morning, we don't remember any of them.
The amount of time I was over your house, we had some really great jokes.
Oh my gosh!
I still can't remember them. Shit-faced.
they were freaking fantastic.
I had at that point in the
We
day,
had tears in our eyes. We were laughing.
I was
so hard.
drinking cleaning products.
Cocaine.
Yeah, cleaning products, Windex, and chased it with some Guinness.
It's like, what the fuck? Oh goodness! Are you guys ready for some Halloween fun on the Loudini Circus?
That means yes.
That's enough.
That means yes.
Calm down.
Calm down.
Simmer. Yins, calm down, Kay.
Starting the podcast. Talk to you a little bit later. Okay.
There you go.
Now turn at.
You're nicer than me. I get so irritated when people message me at this time. What are you doing? You should know.
You don't know me. Okay, so these rock and roll horror and ghost stories will be what we're going to be getting into this evening. It's going to be fun. Let me make sure I have. Where's my Wolf's Customers?
Where is it? There it is.
Okay, Wolfie.
Wolf and Raven.
I want to get to. I want to get Rock Rage shirts too. I want to get some Rock Rage. I'm going to see if I can get to do a Rock Rage Loudini shirt.
There you
Do
go.
one. Get them made. Get the damn thing done.
Loudini Rage. I have a case of Loudini rage.
Like
Bill
roid
Damiano
rage.
says,
Yeah.
I went to the Kiss concert and got recognized by a podcast fan. Guess who it was, everybody?
Wonder who it was.
Lily V6.
No.
What?
Go to bed, Billy.
Billy Altman.
Wow.
Altman. We love Altman. Altman, you need to come back. He keeps getting banned from Facebook.
Well, he's a bad kid.
He's a bad man.
Naughty.
He's a naughty little monkey.
Oh, it's going to be good night. I can tell already.
I think because I'm older, I'd be wiser, but not necessarily.
Never.
Okay, let's all check our microphones. Obviously, Bill did not say he could not hear us, so we're going to assume that levels are acceptable to the
naked
viewing
ear.
audience.
The naked ear.
So, okay, the naked ear. That's like that would be like a James Bond movie, The Naked Ear.
With eargasms.
That's the next James Bond movie, The Naked Ear.
The naked ear.
The Naked Ear. Naked Ear? Naked Deer. Naked Ear. I'm just saying it until it doesn't make any sense. You ever say something over and over and it just doesn't make any sense after you say it?
No.
Depends on my state of mind.
Just say the word depends and just say it 20 times in a row.
Depends.
After a while, it's like it becomes like gobbledygook.
Bill says we're good.
The brain
All right,
just
thanks,
goes.
Bill.
Okay, since we are good, we're going to start.
Let's do it.
How's that sound?
Yes.
James, you like all that?
Yes.
That sounds pretty good.
Yes.
Aye. There we go. In 5, 4, 3. It's spooky season once again, and time for another Loudini Rock and Roll Circus Halloween Spooktacular. Did you know that rock and roll has a plethora of real-life horror stories? For instance, there's a strange connection between Charles Manson, no relation to Marilyn Manson, and the Beach Boys. Mama Cass has been haunting the apartment that was once owned by Beverly D'Angelo and Dan Aykroyd. Graham Parsons' body was stolen and burned. Crazy stuff, right? And there's many more, from the uncanny to the downright deadly. So on this week's Loudini Rock and Roll Circus podcast, we're going to tell you some of the creepiest rock and roll horror stories that will get you in the mood for All Hallows Eve. Get ready to rock out with your talk out. It's the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. Moms and dads, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the circus. My name is Lou Lombardi, a.k.a. Loudini, and we welcome you to another annual Loudini Rock and Roll Circus Spooktacular. We are Halloween fans and horror fans here big time at the circus, so we enjoy this Halloween thing.
This is my Christmas.
Who?
Okay, so LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com is our website. Check often for all kind of updates. There's all kind of cool stuff there, by the way, guys. I just realized there's if you want to see our YouTube archive, like all the shows on YouTube, there's a link right there. You can watch all of them. You can jump around, pick whatever topics you like. It's just really cool stuff there. It isn't just, we'll check out our website and buy our shit, There's fun stuff to do there. And also, if you want to go, if you're looking for, an app, you don't know if it's on this app or that app, all the links to exactly the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus on, 30 different apps is all there, stuff like that. So, I'm going to turn down the spooky sounds just a little bit because it's distracting me. So, check it out at LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com and LouLombardiMusic.com. Speaking of .coms, actually not .coms, this is .online. Chris Thunderwolf Dotson and company do amazing guitar custom paintings custom painting of guitars, custom finishes on guitars, and various other musical instruments. It's called wolfscustoms.online. No sense in getting on stage with the same boring-looking guitar that the last 5 bands did. No. You can get up there and you can have awesome looking instrument, and they take very good care of you. You send the thing out there, it comes back just right. They know what they're doing with musical instruments, so you can trust them. Go to wolfscustoms.online. Tell them Loudini sent you. Want to give a shout out to Rock Rage Radio. We love Rock Rage Radio. They carry the podcast every week, and we are very grateful for it. And it's just a great place to hear tons of great music 24/7, absolutely free. It's an app, rockrageradio.com. Download the app, and then just, you have one of those mobile things in your pocket. You can just be rocking out, and it doesn't cost you a damn thing. And you get to also hear... There's also other great programming like
Hot Licks
with Lily Six.
On Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I actually do have an interview this week with Dave Incognito of Incognito Theory out of Jersey. So, good stuff. We have a new album out.
That's very nice. That's very cool. Yeah, Lily does interviews and the whole shooting match. We are going to be doing some interviews coming up soon as well, so stay tuned for that. What I want to do is, because people were like, will you interview me? And what I want them to do is I want them to come on and just hang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we can interview them like in the process, and people can get to see like what cool people they are and how funny they are and everything like that.
Yes.
As opposed to just like, well, tell me how you started to learn to play guitar or whatever,
I find that they just tell me that anyway. I don't even have to ask.
Yeah. And so, like, all that stuff comes up. Anytime we've ever done that, we've always got around to the person's bio and what they were doing and promoting him and everything. And they just hang out, and it's a lot of fun. So that's how I want to do them. So if you're listening and you're going like, I need to promote something, and my music or my film or my book or whatever, hit me up, but that's how we want to do it. That's exactly how we want to do it. So tonight's topic, did I take care of all the business?
I think you got it all.
Okay, I think we got it all. Tonight's topic, and happy Halloween, everybody. Tonight's topic is rock and roll horror stories. Yes. And I ran the post on a Facebook group this week, say, hey, it's spooky season, tell us rock and roll horror stories, and like, you guys are way too serious.
As they are.
Bon Scott died after a night of drinking. Nobody had like a kind of a fun, I was like, you guys are like, you're completely, they all had these like.
I get where they're coming from.
Yeah, sure.
All dead at the age of, I'm like, guys, calm down. It's not what it's talking about.
Circus.
It's like I'm thinking like campfire stories.
All great suggestions, but.
Yes.
9!
But Lou says no.
So anyways, guys, it's super fun. We love it. So, you guys are great. And we do appreciate those of you in the inner circle. And like we said, Bill Damiano. Sorry.
Oh,
Damiano
Have another drink.
is watching. Anybody else?
He is. Michael Goltz is watching.
Michael!
Mike.
Thunderwolf.
Chris.
And no one else I can see. These are the people commenting. But
Yeah.
there are watchers.
There's other watchers. Guys, if you comment, we can see you. Also, if I don't shout out to you, it's only because Facebook's a thing that allows us to see comments is really kind of like they truncate them after so many.
Yeah.
So if we don't see or hear something that you say, we apologize. We do try to go back later and give you likes and responses and stuff like that. Okay, so rock and roll horror stories. And as always, there's no difference. And besides, this is Lily's Christmas.
Yes, it is.
So we're going to go ahead and let her kind of like take the lead here, as and go ahead, Lil, give us a rock and roll horror story. And there's no particular order, and there might be 10, there might be 20. Some of the ones I have were like a paragraph. Nothing giantly, shocking.
Yeah.
But, so what do you got?
So we're going to start it off with Little Motley Crue.
Oh.
Motley Crue has been known for
Little
their...
Motley Crue?
Little.
Is that like their kids started a band? They're Little Motley Crue.
They
Perhaps
once were
little
little.
people. Yeah.
That's like
I guess
what
I'm
it
gonna
is.
Girls, Lou.
It's a midget tribute.
That would be great.
Start my heart.
They've been known for their sex, drugs, and rock and roll, depicted most recently in The Dirt. But some of their more haunting stories were not in the film. They included the death of Razzle. They included Nikki's addiction, mixed disease, and all kinds of Vince's daughter dying.
Nikki's diction?
Yes, addiction.
Oh.
Nicky's diction.
Oh, Lord.
In the book version of The Dirt was a story told by Elektra Records representative Tom Zutaut. What Tom tells us is that he was headed over to bassist Nikki Sixx's house because Nikki wanted to name the upcoming Motley Crue album Shout with the Devil, which Elektra Records was not happy about at all. They don't like all that weird cult shit.
With the devil. Hey, that friend. Hey, devil, shout with us. Yay!
And that's great rendition of that.
Yeah, that's great.
Tom went over to have a conversation with Nikki, and he was living with Lita Ford at the time. During this period, Nikki was dabbling in black magic and reading up on the occult, and when Tom walked into the house, Lita and Nikki were huddled up on the couch together with a book of black magic on the table. Tom took a look around and noticed that Nikki had painted pentagrams and gothic artwork on the walls and floors. And
As
Lita
you
told
do.
Tom that she was starting to get kind of freaked out because different things.
We all freaked out now.
Because she's a chick and most of them are scared. Because different strange things were going on around the
Vagina
apartment.
is very scary.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway, she noticed cabinet doors opening on their own, strange sounds being heard, and things were flying around the apartment. Tom told Nikki, "You got to stop fooling around with this satanic black magic shit because it's going to piss people off, and I'm not into all that. You shouldn't mess with it." So Tom left without having convinced Nikki he needed to change the name of the album, and 2 nights later he came back. Nikki and Lita, again, were huddled on the couch together, looking a lot paler and sicker than usual.
Oh, no.
When Tom took a look around, he saw knives and forks had been lodged into the ceiling. I like the music with this one.
Wow.
Tom asked Lita what was wrong, and he said, "I tried to tell you stuff is just flying around here on its own." Lita said, stuff's flying around here on its own. And just then, a knife and a fork raised up off the table and thrust themselves into the ceiling above Tom. At that, he freaked out and told Nikki, "There's no more shout with the devil. If you keep shouting with the devil, you're going to get killed." So Tom thought that Nikki had unknowingly tapped into something evil, but still he walked out of the house that night without being able to get Nikki to change the album name. However, Nikki did end up changing the album name to Shout at the Devil.
Much better, just from an artistic.
Yeah,
fun
exactly.
Ironically, when Motley Crue was criticized for the album title and song Shout at the Devil, Nikki simply said they were shouting at the devil, not with the devil, which is what got him into trouble in the first place. So
They're not laughing at you.
kind of some creepy
laughing
things
with
seen
you.
by 3 people in the Motley Crue circle.
Lily, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What would you call somebody who can't stop drinking no matter what they do?
An alcoholic?
But what would you say about it? They were what?
I don't know the answer to this.
What would you say about them?
I'm not going to do it.
Lily, you're not.
They are.
you're not
What are they? They are.
They are.
What?
What to alcohol? They are
Addicted.
addicted. They're addicted, right?
Yes.
You say they were addicted.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody like all they did all day long was was heroin, what would you say they were?
Addicted.
What just hit you in the face?
A dick.
Ah!
I hate you.
Wow.
Such an ass.
Wow, sir.
And see, since that was on film, I can put it on TikTok. That's a TikTok thing.
Exactly.
People
Yes.
go around,
Yeah.
like-
Yeah.
There's like 30 videos of like.
Oh.
Yes, I don't watch TikTok, thank God.
I love TikTok.
I'm sorry, I know you guys are older, I just feel like I'm too old for it.
It's
Sorry.
It's silly.
It's silly.
Just silly.
It's,
just
you know
silly.
what it is? It's silly, Lou.
It's just really silly.
It's very silly.
I watch all the cat videos and
Of course you do.
No, that's silly.
Because you have a kitty cat.
does Mr. Pittsburgh Kevin.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, Pittsburgh Kevin is here.
Hey, everybody.
So Pittsburgh Kevin,
Yes. Yes, Lou.
tell me
Yeah.
your ghost story.
Here's my ghost story. Lou, you know,
Did you ever take a ghost shit?
what?
I've had 2 ghost shits in the past week.
Sometimes I'll go, ooh. Does that count?
If anybody knows what a ghost shit is, let me know in the comments. I don't think these 2 know what it is.
I don't think so.
But go ahead.
That could
can't
be our
imagine that
next
I've had one.
contest.
There's a band named Ghost Shit.
Oh, my. Yikes.
Stop changing your band's name.
Tonight at the
It's
Palace
that
and
Jared
Ghost Shit.
Don't like it.
Ghost Shit.
Yes.
They liked fart rape.
Who didn't know that?
They loved
How old are
it.
they?
They loved it.
You guys are all
They
little
can't
boys.
wait. I'm a grown-ass
These guys are both like 20 years younger than me, and they're way more mature than I am.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know
right.
about that.
Yeah.
They're way more mature
Because
than I am.
after a certain age, you just give up. You're like, whatever.
But go ahead, brother.
Anyway, so Lou there. Do you know a guy by name of Harry Nilsson?
I do.
Nilsson
Of course.
Schmilson.
Exactly, right? For those of you who don't know, Harry was a singer-songwriter, 70s, Had hits like Everybody's Talking, Into the Fire, and of course the huge Without You. And I'm sure that
No, you're forgetting his greatest song,
what's that?
"Lime and the Coconut." This is the greatest song he ever did.
It says coconut here. I'm like, what's coconut?
If you had,
That's him?
There's a
I'm just fucking with you guys.
a great documentary. What's it called? Who's Harry Nilsson
and Why Should I Care?
Why Should I Care?
Yeah,
If you
it's
haven't
great.
seen it, see it.
Please find it.
Freaking great. But, go ahead.
But I'm sure he was a nice guy. He's no longer with us. Sure, he's a nice guy. If you ask him for money,
Found a Jordan Sweetland.
if you ask him for a buck or two, he'd probably give it to you. You know, kind of guy give you the shirt off his back, Lou. You know, but Lou, what the hell was that?
That was his shirt.
That was his shirt off his
It's
back.
in the toilet.
Into the toilet. Go shirt. Thank you very
It's a
much.
Halloween party.
But you know, Lou.
And everyone's invited.
Jesus Christ,
I'm losing control. Not of the podcast, but myself.
please look
Here's
off.
where it starts.
It's
Off
like,
the
it's like when
rails.
Keith is on, and he won't let
Yeah,
anybody-
right. He can't get a word in.
He's like on to something.
Yeah,
Go,
exactly.
go,
He's like,
go.
I gotta tell you. Yeah. But you know what? A nice guy and everything. But if you were a rock star and you needed a place to stay, and you asked Harry if you could stay at his apartment, and he said yes, Lou,
Yes.
you are going to die.
Wow.
So, Harry had this apartment, and he admitted that, like, when he first went to look at it, he had bad vibrations to the place, right? Well, let me tell you something.
And a farting machine.
What the? that was not Bones. That was not Bones Magoo right there.
Bones in the bathroom right now. He'll be out in a little bit.
Well, let me tell you a little story here. Back in July of 1974, remember Mama Cass? Mama's deposit. She needed a place to, crash, to hang out and stuff. Well, Mama stayed at Harry's flat, his apartment. And guess what happened, Lou?
She ate too many sandwiches.
No,
Wow.
that is
Gross.
false. But anyway, close. She died, Lou.
She died. She didn't die.
She died, and Harry. That was her soul leaving her body. She died, Lou. She died in Larry Hilson's.
In
Larry
Haney's-
Hilson's apartment. Harry Nilsson's apartment.
Larry Haney's apartment.
July 1974. Mama Cass passes away. Now that's pretty bad luck there, Lou. Pretty bad luck. But you know what happened? You're not going to believe what happened.
But wait,
Lou.
there's more.
Well, wait, there's more. Oh my God. Why?
Losing my mind.
Why? You have lost your
I'm
mind.
losing it. But go ahead. There's
But, there's more. Now you think after
Would you like
that,
to know more?
the more you know. Thank you.
Somebody got a new sound effects machine.
Somebody get that mouse away from Lou. But you'd think after that you'd be a little leery staying at Harry's place, right? No. Apparently, back in 1978, a young fella by the name of Keith Moon needed a place to crash.
Crash.
He crashed at Harry Nilsson's apartment. And Lou, you're not going to guess what happened.
Mama Cass came and sat on his face.
Oh my God!
Took a giant dump.
Everybody, please help us.
So what happens after that? If Mama Cass
And
sat on
then-
your face.
And then.
What a way to go! Thank you.
And then.
And then you're gonna find this hard to believe. Keith Moon ended up dead. There's two people in his apartment, Lou. So don't ever, if Harry was still with us, don't ask if he could crash at his place. So that's very strange. Very strange.
That is some jacked up shit.
Thank you. Well,
You
that's
just
some
laid
jacked up-
on us now.
That's some jacked up shit.
Holy crap, you and your jacked up shit.
Dun, 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 jumping jack shit.
Jumping jack.
Wow.
Maybe not. All right, Lou, your turn.
Oh, man, I don't have any good ones.
Oh, you kidding me?
Stop yourself.
Just stop, Lou. Lewis.
can't do it.
Lewis, please stop. Right now.
Oh, my God.
Somebody stop him.
Okay, I'm going to give like a little baby one.
Okay.
Baby.
A little baby
right.
one. And then I will give a longer one.
All right,
later
then. Right, then.
on. Okay. This story is entitled The Extra Man in Black.
Whoa.
It's not uncommon for a few guests to be around for recording sessions, but Black Sabbath had a surprise visitor during the recording of Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. Speaking for the reunion CD liner notes, Tony Iommi recalled their sessions at Clearwell Castle in Wales, explaining that the band spotted a special visitor one night. We rehearsed in the armory there one night. I was walking down the corridor with Ozzy. We saw this figure in a black cloak, and I said, "Who's that?" And Ozzy said, "I don't know." We followed this figure back to the armory, and there was absolutely no one there. Whoever it was had disappeared into thin air. Iommi says the people who owned the castle were well aware about this ghost, which was a surprise to the band. They did have some fun with their encounter. We spent the rest of the time trying to frighten each other by rigging up all kind of like these devices. In the end, we were all petrified, and we had to drive home every night rather than stay there. That sort of defeated the purpose. Of,
They scared
recording in a
themselves.
castle. They're like, fucking, we're not staying here. Anyway, so yeah, it's a little story about recording Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. And I would imagine
Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath.
I knew that
Sorry,
was
I'm
coming.
Irish.
and I'm sure that, including you too, that they recorded in a castle. This was a thing to do. The Stones,
That you do.
Zeppelin, I'm sure they could all tell you of uncanny, weird experiences that they had in places like that. It sort of seems to evoke something in the human psyche. So,
Frightening.
okay, that's mine.
Okay,
All right.
my turn. Sid Vicious. We all know the death. Most of us know the death of Sid Vicious and Nancy Spungen, yes?
Yes.
Do we need to? We'll go over it in a minute.
Okay.
So, October 12th, 1978, Sid found Nancy on the bathroom floor of their hotel room.
Was she sleeping?
Yes. Forever. At the Hotel Chelsea. She was bleeding to death. He was charged with her murder and attempted to commit suicide several times after that. Less than 4 months later, after completing a detox program, his mother discovered his body. He died of an overdose. There have been reported sightings of him and Nancy at the Hotel Chelsea, usually in his own room at 100, and also in the elevator. Some spotted him closing and opening doors, and guests inside room 100 claim they hear the couple arguing, someone playing loud music, and even temperature changes.
Wow.
We had a death pact, and I have to keep up my half of the bargain. Please bury me next to my baby. Bury me in a leather jacket, jeans, and motorcycle boots. Goodbye, Sid Vicious. That's the note that they found on Sid Vicious's body.
Damn.
The hotel even sells Sid Vicious dolls at the front desk, and they aren't the only ghosts residing there, though. The Chelsea Hotel, it's a cauldron of creativity. Lots of people have stayed there, musicians, actors, writers, Andy Warhol. I don't know where I'm going with that at all. The Chelsea Hotel is a national and state landmark
Oh, yeah.
building,
Oh,
and
yeah.
the second most haunted place in New York City. The first
Dang.
is the library, which
Cool.
was in Ghostbusters. The ghost,
Ghostbusters.
the first ghost was the ghost of Mary, the
Want a new
Titanic
drug.
survivor. This is sort of a two-part thing. It's the Chelsea Hotel and Sid Vicious.
Okay, hit it. Sounds good. Cool.
The ghost of Mary, the Titanic survivor, is spotted there. They housed a lot of the Titanic survivors after the tragedy hit. And she is often seen on the west end of the building. She also hung herself in her own room on the 5th floor, so that's why her ghost is still there forever. Nadia, the severed head ghost, she flung herself out of the window facing 23rd Street. Before she did that, she cut off her hand with industrial scissors.
Ew.
That's dedication.
She grew up in the Chelsea Hotel. The last one of note is Larry the Hipster ghost, and he never stops talking. He states that everything in the Chelsea Hotel is real, and once you step outside, it's all an illusion. Never lets any other ghosts talk whenever it's in a ghost talk situation, whenever they sort of analyze the hotel. And he comes to the front of the ghost gathering so he can talk about his message. So there is an entire colony of ghosts living there, including Nancy and Sid.
Wow.
So kind of fun. I kind of want to go there and stay in room 100.
If
should do
you
it.
go there, get me one of the dolls.
I'll get you a doll,
Yes, the Sid Vicious doll.
because we don't have those here.
No, right?
That's crazy. All right, Mr. Pittsburgh Kevin. Oh, by the way.
What? What are you
By the
saying?
way.
What's
by
going
the
on there?
way,
It
Hold
is
on a-
Pittsburgh Kevin's birthday.
What?
Yes, he's 29 years old.
Again
Yes.
and again and again and again.
And so on. And so on.
I used to
and
call
then-
mine the
so-
29 the sequel.
Oh, that I like that.
So, happy birthday
Why,
to
thank you.
Happy birthday.
Pittsburgh,
Thank
Kevin.
you. Thank you so much.
And
So, thank you.
You have
Yes.
a little story you'd like
I
to
do.
relate.
So I don't know if you know this. There was a band. Many years.
There was a band.
There was
Just
a
one?
band.
I did
Just
not
one.
know that there was a band.
There was a band. It was called the Beatles.
Beatles.
Wait,
I don't know if I'm-
Beatles.
I don't know if I'm
Beatles.
pronouncing that correct. But the Beatles, and of course, remember the Beatles after they broke up. John Lennon, unfortunately, shot and killed. New York City. Very sad. Yes, yes. But John is still with us, apparently. There has been some very unnerving, well, not unnerving, but just very interesting situations in regards of Mr. Lennon. One is the remaining Beatles got together in 1995 for a studio session. George Harrison, Ringo Starr, and Paul McCartney were recording Free as a Bird. And when they posed outside for a photograph, a rare white peacock was included in the
Your
shot at the very
peacock.
last
Oh,
minute.
yes,
Yeah,
I
it's
love
kinda-
this story.
Yeah, very well. So the tie-in here is John's son Julian also claimed he has been visited by his father. It was when he was handed a white feather by an Aborigine tribe leader. Yes, look at that.
Get the fuck out of here.
But listen to this. Before he
That sounds like
It
bullshit.
is not bullshit. It's true shit, man. You know, it's true shit, Jack.
But
Anyway,
it's true bullshit.
it's true bullshit. Before his death, John told Julian, if anything ever happens to me, look for a white feather and you will know I am there for you, always looking out for you.
That's so
You're not getting
sweet.
anything in my will, but there you go.
But there you go.
Here's a feather. Put it in your fucking cap.
You're welcome.
Just to sort of, that's a cool one, Pittsburgh Kevin.
Yes, yes.
Pittsburgh Kevin. Just to sort of mix things up a
Don't
little
say
bit.
my name 3 times. I will appear.
Let's just kind of run down. I found a cool list on horrornews.net
Oh.
about rock and roll music, films, and like horror films. like, kind of
Yes.
together.
All right, then.
Okay, and some of these are really fun. Some of them I've seen, some of them I have not. I have seen Trick or Treat
Yes.
from 1986.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a really fun. This is kind of campy, you know what I mean? Kind of movie. Music by Fastway.
Basically the entire soundtrack.
Yeah. Fastway, Fast Eddie Clark and Pete Way. Fast Eddie Clark from Motorhead, Pete
Yes.
Way from UFO. Number Queen of the Damned. It's interview because of the interview of the vampire lineage being coveted. You have to say this is a great rock and roll film. The soundtrack was a hands-down keeper with a rich variety of music artists. Even with recording artists involved, it was still presented as a rock and roll movie with Stuart Townsend playing the role of a vampire Lestat. The movie is a modern take on the Lestat awakening to become a major rock performer. Cool. So Lestat is a rock star. I could kind of see that. It actually sounds cheesier than it really is. In the film, Eddie and the Cruisers is somewhat believable in performance. The film was noted with its one and only performance by Aaliyah. Is that her name?
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah, who died shortly after.
Plane crash.
Like Skinner. Shock 'em Dead from 1991. Very cool. Michael Badio. Yeah.
I was hoping they'd
The
do
guy
that one
plays
on that
the-
list.
Black Roses from 1988. Rock and Roll Nightmare from 1987. That's
With Thor.
That's with Thor.
Oh, with Thor. Woo!
I thought that was
Yes.
Mr. Thor. Suck from 2009. Easily the better film of this batch. Suck is a great comedic vampire-laced horror movie featuring lead singer Dimitri Coates from the band Burning Brides, playing a rather eerie-looking Fanger. There are plenty of real rock star cameos, but beyond that, this film is an essential rock and roll horror film, standalone favorite of mine, the author of this article on horrornews.net. Kiss meets Phantom of the Park.
Of course.
What else we can say about that? Rocktober Blood from 1984. A crazed rock singer returns from the dead to murder members of his former band.
Yeah, take that, you bastards.
Slaughterhouse Rock. A man visits Alcatraz prison after having dreams about all the people who died there. When he gets there, his brother is possessed by an evil cannibal demon. The ghost of a female heavy metal singer who was killed there tries to help the man fight the monster.
Wow.
American Satan from 2017.
I don't think I know that one.
The newer one.
Wow.
Featuring, I think, the Black Veil Brides.
Oh, well, I will watch that then.
So, but anyway, it's just a little fun little digression there into some rock and roll themed, horror themed rock and roll films.
See.
You know, however you want to put that.
I get it.
Go to Loudini rockandrollcircus.com, guys. You can find all the archives of our YouTube vids. Why am I saying that? Because as we were talking here, I just did a quick Google search on rock and roll horror stories. Look what comes up as number 2.
Nice.
Our podcast that we're doing right now
It's
Wow.
us.
comes up as number
That's
2.
Wow. That's fantastic.
We're super cool.
When does this happen in the film? Now.
When?
Now.
So up to this point.
Matt Reiser is now on. He says hello.
Hello, Matt. It's good to see you, buddy. Happy Halloween.
Ow.
So what do you got, Lily V6?
Is it my turn already?
Sure.
All right. So this is a Buddy Holly story, not the movie. Buddy Holly was only 22 years old when he died tragically. He was a prominent figure in the rock and roll scene and has influenced several legendary musicians, Bob Dylan, Eric Clapton, and the Beatles. He was killed in a plane crash along with fellow musicians like Richie Valens and the Big Bopper. Because his body was ejected from the plane, he had fractures, lacerations, and a fatal trauma to his head and chest. Several residents near the crash site in Clear Lake, Iowa, claim that they have often seen a phantom plane near the area in addition to some ghostly lights.
Wow.
Bob Dylan said, I just want to say that one time when I was about 16 or 17, I went to see Buddy Holly play. He was 3 feet away from him, and he claims that he looked right at him. He always feels like when he writes new albums or songs or records or what have you, that Buddy Holly is there with him. He always gets like this sort of feeling.
Wow.
But apparently
That's
he
cool.
also haunts his homeroom class in Lubbock High School because there are reports that his music can be heard even if there's nobody in the building and the door is locked. So kind of creepy. I think that would be cool though to hear his music. Not like he's not being malicious. He's just still being creative.
Just look outside, see if there's a 57 Plymouth Fury.
Right?
That might explain it. I'm just saying. But that's actually worse. So.
Legit.
Yes.
Oh my God. I am trying to find this article that I was reading earlier this week.
Yeah.
And I am having a hell of a time finding it because there's the story that I want to talk about is I found it.
Okay.
The Mentors. Originally formed in Seattle in 76, the Mentors moved to Los Angeles in 79, quickly gained notoriety in the hard rock scene. I'm doing a Lily V6, I'm reading from my phone. The band members, guitarist Sicky Wifebeater, bassist Dr.
Already, I don't
Heathen
believe you.
Scumbag,
Wow.
drummer, singer El Duce, all wore executioner masks and played what they called rape rock. Their unabashedly disgusting songs included titles like Golden Showers, On the Rag,
I've heard this.
Service Me, or Be Smacked.
Huh.
Due to the extreme nature of their act, the Mentors had a limited following, but gained widespread national media attention. They appeared on the Jerry Springer Show,
course.
no shit,
Yep.
and were named in the bill championed by Tipper Gore in 1985 to put warning labels on album covers.
Nice job.
In the 1998 documentary, this is where it gets kind of really spooky. In the 1998 documentary, Kurt and Courtney, El Duce, whose real name was Eldon Hoke, claimed that
Yes!
Courtney Love offered him $10,000 to kill Kurt Cobain.
That's why I know the
There
name.
you go.
Days after the interview, Hoke performed his last show, April 18th, 1997. Hoke partied hard after the show, and during the night, he stumbled drunkenly onto a set of railroad tracks and was struck by a train. It is unclear if this was an accident or a suicide.
That's how I knew the name. I'm like, I know this.
So I thought thought that was the story I was looking for that I wanted you guys to check out because I think that's like a two-parter.
Yeah.
It's kind of like some of the ones you were doing,
Yeah.
like like these guys do this really whacked out act, and then then it gets tied in with the death of Kurt Cobain. It's like crazy. Was there something you wanted to talk about on somebody doing
Oh
something?
yeah. Do we have anybody talking?
Charlie Doyle says hi.
Hey,
Everybody's talking.
Charlie, how you doing, Charlie?
Hello, Charlie.
But that's all.
Charlie,
And now-
sorry, Charlie.
Oh my God.
People don't want tuna with good taste. People want tuna that tastes good.
All right, are you doing a commercial?
We
If
don't get paid for this.
Starkist would like to sponsor my show, I'll be happy.
Look, Schooner Tuna. It's the tuna
Oh my
with
God,
hearts.
I hate you.
Why? I just watched that.
Did you?
Yes.
Really?
I was going through my collection. I'm like,
can
what
and
am
the
I watching? Yeah. Back when Terry Garr was hot. Oh, Lou, why did you say that? That was
Stop.
mean.
She's okay today.
I know.
Dude, there's she's in an episode of Star Trek.
Which Star Trek?
The original.
The original?
Yeah, she's
yes,
in a-
you're right.
She's in an episode with that.
That is
It's
right.
a story. It's one of my Gary Seven.
Wow.
And she's freaking cute as all
Cute
get
as a
out.
little
Cute
button.
as a button.
Yeah, she's great. In
Cute as
that.
a button.
But we digress. So, rock
Yes.
and roll horror stories.
It's you.
It is me.
Horror! Horror!
I don't know.
It's not me.
Oh,
It's not-
me.
no,
She
it's
pointed
you.
at me.
I just did one.
She pointed the pen at me, sir. Sir.
Go ahead.
Sir.
Go ahead, Pittsburgh Kevin Van
Sir.
Six.
It's his birthday.
It's your birthday. Are you
Da-na-na-na-na.
birthing?
I am buffing. Would you like your watch?
No.
All right. So I don't know if it's a horror, but it's just kind of weird, kind of paranormal, kind of spooky. I don't know. But there's a band. Why do I start all my stories out like that? There's a band, Leonard Skinner and everybody.
I know that one.
Leonard
Sky
Skinner.
Night.
Yes, yes. Well, mine might be different. I don't know. But
I probably have a lot of the same.
yeah,
Okay.
probably. I was gonna tie my whole Sid and Nancy story into our previous podcast. Remember our previous
Yes.
podcast about
Yes.
groupies and how sometimes groupies not so good, but
Not so good.
but not so good.
All
But
right,
anyway.
go on.
All right, here we go then. Ronnie Vanzant always had this premonition that he was going to die young. He told everybody, "I'm going to die young." Blah blah blah.
Yes.
So October 20th, the anniversary just passed. October 20th, 1977. They take off, going to a gig. There's some problems with the plane. The plane is going down. They know it's going down. Ronnie was in the back of the plane. Had he stayed in the back of the plane, probably would have survived because that's where most of the survivors were. He got up as the plane's going down and walked down the aisle and just smiled at everyone and went to the front of the plane. And when the plane hit, that's when he died. So he knew it's like almost his destiny. It was his density.
I'm your dentist.
Lorraine.
Well, can I add to that?
Yes,
I'm
please.
going to add something too. I have to say
Yes.
about it as well. Good.
Well, the previous people who were supposed to be on that plane was Aerosmith, but
That's right.
they
were
declined
like,
it.
Fuck that plane.
Yeah.
We're going on that
They're like, no, we're not
There's
getting
a
on
good
the plane.
documentary about it.
Yes.
Lily
Really?
and I watched it. What did Eric watch with us or Stu?
I think you were here, weren't you?
Oh, the Artemis Fowl one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
you were
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were texting Artemis while it was
Yes.
going.
Yeah. Name dropping, but it's
Artie.
okay. He's awesome.
He is awesome. But yes, it was supposed to be Aerosmith's plane first. They said hell to the no and
Like, give it to Skinner.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're
It's funny.
crazy.
Them hillbilly down, no, they never happened to be on an airplane. Cletus, that's one of them things that fly in the sky. We don't get on one of them and go on the gig. That was cool.
Wait, we don't have to drive? All right.
Dang. How come
Wow.
I got a hole inside it?
And we're going to be getting sued by Mrs. Van Zant if she ever watches this.
No.
Because she's an angry lady.
I
my,
tell you
yes.
what, man,
Yes,
I would
she
love
is.
it, man. I would get a lawyer and I would have a good time with that.
Yep.
We would be
We'd
doing
be
podcasts
famous
in court. And
in the
everything.
court.
Right?
Screw
Going
it.
live. This is Lily 6 live at the Washington County Courthouse.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, what's where it would
Probably
be.
Los Angeles.
Wow.
But I want to add to the story as well.
Please.
This is such a big thing that happened in music. All the way to the point, do you guys know that there is a rock opera about the Skinner plane crash?
No.
I did not know
The
that.
Drive-By Truckers have an album called
okay.
Southern Rock Opera.
Yes.
And it is all about that, about Skinnerd and all that. And they have a song called, now this goes right, this definitely goes with horror. They have a song called Betamax Guillotine.
Oh, no.
And
Oh, my
there
God.
is a sort of like urban legend or whatever that there was a Betamax machine on a shelf.
Yep.
And when the plane crashed, it came down and it decapitated Ronnie Vanzant.
Wow.
So they wrote a song called Betamax Guillotine.
Wow.
Actually, Matt Reiser would like to add to this story.
Oh,
the
boy.
Skinnerd plane was originally based here in Washington, Pennsylvania. The plane belonged to Jessup Steel.
Well,
no way.
And you would know because
You're
a pilot.
He also sent me a Buddy Holly story via Messenger. Do you want me to read that?
Yeah.
You know what? Why the hell not?
Yeah.
This show is like a Halloween show. Gosh darn it, golly gee. Willikers. Write me a story, Lily.
Which I did know this story, I just didn't mention. Waylon Jennings was the bassist for Buddy Holly's band the night of the plane crash. Waylon gave up his seat on the plane as he fell ill with the flu, so Buddy took his place. Waylon chose to stay on the bus that had a broken heater. Holly joked to Jennings that I hope you freeze to the next stop. Waylon's final words to Buddy were, I hope your plane crashes.
Oh.
The plane crashed less than a half an hour later.
Yeah.
Oh, you would have to feel a little.
Like shit.
Just a little bad. Like, damn. Wish I didn't say that. Hey, pass me that Jack Daniels.
Right.
Wow.
Sugar.
Wow. Sir.
Yep. Yeah, Waylon was a cricket. Buddy Holly and the cricket.
Yeah,
He was a
yeah.
cricket.
I don't know if I'd want to be called that, but yeah.
I'm a cricket.
Are you?
No, I don't. I use Android. I do not use a cricket.
But you've been to the cricket club.
I've been to the cricket store.
Oh,
And
you
I
haven't,
quickly
Cricket
left.
store.
you haven't been to the cricket
I
club?
see how you got right out of that one, Lou. There you go. Yikes.
Listen,
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Kevin.
Yeah.
You do. Is there anything? Would you like anything else you'd like to talk about?
No, I'm scared now. I'm scared. I'm scared.
I'm
that-
scared.
I'm scared that the Miss Van Zant will come after me.
Okay, I alluded to this one in the beginning. Is it my turn?
It is
Yeah.
your turn.
Graham Parsons was an American musician.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't very well known, but his hybrid of rock, country, and folk that he called cosmic American music was incredibly influential. He played with bands like the International Submarine Band, the Byrds, the Flying Burrito Brothers, before he released a solo album called GP. Parsons was preparing for a tour scheduled to begin October in 1973 when he took a detour to visit Joshua Tree National Park before hitting the road. The park had become one of Parsons' favorite places, and he even told his friends that when he died, he wanted to be cremated and have his ashes scattered at Cap Rock. That time would come a lot sooner than anyone expected when Parsons was found unresponsive in his room after consuming a lethal combination of morphine and alcohol and pronounced dead in the hospital on September 19th, 1973. Despite his wishes, his stepfather wanted Parsons' body to be sent back to New Orleans, where he had planned a private ceremony to which none of Parsons' music friends were invited. Determined to keep his promise to his friend, Phil Kaufman stole Parsons' body from the airport as it was being shipped and took it on a road trip to Cap Rock. There, he and a friend poured 19 liters, 5 gallons, of gasoline over the body and threw a match into the coffin. This caused a huge fireball, which didn't incinerate the body, but did draw the attention of the police. Kaufman and his accomplice were arrested 2 days later, but since there was no law against stealing a dead body, they were simply fined $750 for stealing the casket. The remains of Parsons' body were shipped back and buried in Louisiana.
Wow. To add to that, the hotel where he died, which is the Joshua Tree Inn, it's still in operation, and you can request to stay in the room where he died. It's room number 8. It displays the mirror and a photograph that were on the wall the night of Parsons' death, and some people report encounters with Parsons' ghost during their stays at the inn.
He was like one of these guys who was like a musician's musician. A lot of Emmylou Harris and a lot of people really loved him, and he influenced people like Dwight Yoakam and folks like that later on. But not necessarily a household name, but one of those names if you're kind of a music aficionado even if you don't know his music, you've heard other people talk about how much they love Grandpa. The Eagles, you know,
Mm-hmm.
everybody loved him. So we are talking rock and roll horror stories. And we're just having a really good time doing it. We love Halloween. We're having a few drinks. I hope that you are too. Don't forget to go to LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com. And there's all kind of cool stuff there. Our bios are there, which are really fun and funny, as well as our library of YouTube stuff. So you get to see us act like Morons and see us, you know, gain weight, lose weight, grow beards, lose beards, all kind of stuff. WolfsCustoms.online, by the way, guys, don't forget. We love those guys. RockBridgeRadio.com. So what's next?
Who's that?
I think Lilith.
Lily, by the way, listen, we always forget because we take it for granted that it's video, but most people are just like listening. And Lily is the only one here dressed in a true Halloween costume.
Right.
It's like a witch thing.
No.
I'm dressed as myself.
Oh,
No,
I just forgot my ride.
I've got a costume. I'm the Invisible Man.
He's a walnut
See what I did there?
you know what?
No.
That is completely and totally
Yeah.
inexcusable.
Yeah.
And you're Scott Ian again.
My God.
Okay, so Lily V6 is going to give us the next.
Do it, Lily. Do it.
Well, we're going to talk about Elvis Presley. And that too. Only 42 years old when reports came then and that he died of sudden heart failure. Plenty of speculation surrounding his death,
That
though.
was his heart failing.
And some say
Well,
the
he's on
cause.
the toilet. What do you expect?
Oh, that's so sad. Stop. Some say that the cause is an overdose due to a number of prescription drugs found in his system. It was devastating for fans, and there are still many people who believe he's still alive. He is one of the most cited deceased legends in rock history out there.
No, he just went home.
Right. There are various ghost sightings. Wow. There are various ghost sightings, claims of him in hallways at Graceland Mansion. Another story goes that in the old building, which used to be the RCA record studio, but was converted into a TV production facility where Elvis Presley recorded Heartbreak Hotel. Strange things would happen when Elvis's name is mentioned. Yes. Somebody would sound like they're sneezing, I guess.
That is strange.
The crew members in the studio
I'm
claim
getting
that
better at the sound effects thing.
claim that during a show, when someone mentions the king's name, the sound system would produce an unexplainable noise, or the lights would turn off. You know, stuff that happens in horror movies.
Oh, sorry.
Kevin. That's all.
That's strange. Did you guys hear that strange noise?
You don't do a good.
No, I don't. I didn't say I did.
So the story that I heard is that he had eaten like 7 deep fried peanut butter,
Oh, come
Bacon
on.
and banana sandwiches.
peanut butter.
He
and banana
choked on a ham
fried.
sandwich that Mama Cass gave him.
He didn't. Well, he choked, but he didn't choke in the way you think.
No?
He was called, the call of nature came upon him,
Yes.
and he sat down there and he had a fucking.
The king was on his
giant-
throne.
The king had a king. He had to. He had to pass this beast,
Yes.
and the beast got him.
Yes, it
Yeah,
did.
he was gummed up with all that peanut butter and bananas and shit.
Bacon.
So don't listen.
banana-
Don't push too hard.
And yeah, I'm telling you guys,
stop.
I'm telling you.
Just take it easy.
And he fell forward and was on his face
Oh,
So
what
it
a
was
way
one
to
very
go. That's not a
dignified
way
way.
for the king to go.
with a big, like, Grogan hanging out.
That's so sad. I can't even believe you said that.
Remember,
I'm not shocked by much, but there it was, right there.
views expressed by the Loudini Rock and Roll
Views
Circus.
expressed on Loudini Rock and Roll Circus are not
not
necessarily those of
necessarily.
Loudini Rock and Roll
That's
Circus.
right.
Yeah, I'm wound up. Okay.
Obviously.
Wow, sir.
Top that, Pittsburgh Kevin.
I can't. I can't.
By the way, I want to because the stuff I've been reading from has been from a couple different articles. Mine's from listverse.com, and the other one was from Horror News. Just so that that people come across this and say, "Hey, you're reading my shit." You guys did great content. We're just passing it on. Go ahead, Pittsburgh Kevin.
All right, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go all the way back, and I'm gonna use
Let's
my.
go all the way.
I'm gonna use my blues man voice because we're going all the way back.
Here we go.
I know you
Yeah,
do.
man. Yeah.
Yep, I
that's
know it.
right. Man by the name of Robert Johnson.
Oh, he's on my list too.
Now listen here, Robert Johnson was a blues player. He wasn't a very good guitarist, but as legend would have it, he went on down to the crossroads, and that is where he met the devil.
Get the fuck out of here.
Lou.
I wasn't there.
Lou. You're not the devil. You're a little angel.
Right.
Anyway, he met the devil and made a deal with the devil, and he said, "Devil, I don't want to play
She
guitar."
said, hey, devil. Listen, devil.
Listen here.
Listen, devil.
This isn't verbatim. I'm paraphrasing. He said, "Look here, devil. I would like to play guitar." And the devil said, "Oh, you want to play guitar?" He said, "Look, devil, you sound funny." And he said,
Wow.
he said, "Look here, devil. I want to play guitar. So I will sell my soul to you if you let me play guitar." And the devil said, "All right." And so he did. Now, here's the thing. There's a lot of controversy on how Mr. Johnson left this planet. But basically, he drank some poison whiskey. We don't know how he got it, where he got it, when he got it. Well, we do know when he got it. It was 1938. And he left this planet at the age of 27. He initiated the 27
He's
Club.
the founding member. Yep.
That's right. Because he sold his sold his soul to the devil. And thank you very much.
Yeah, it's in my bag of tricks up at the house.
Is that what you call that?
Yes. All the souls.
Your bag of
I have Robert Johnson's soul.
Yeah.
I have a lot of
for-
people's
Right
I'll
here.
tell you what, guys. If you send me $99.97, I will send you Robert Johnson's soul in like a little bottle.
Yeah.
He won't get it. off me.
Don't uncork it, though.
Yeah, you can't uncork it.
No.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to do none of that. That would,
No, sir.
that would have all kind of problems. And, you know, this is one of them things that would just give you problems.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need problems.
No, you do not.
Okay, so this one involves one of my favorite people,
Lies.
Marylin Manson.
Oh.
Manson's Houses of Holy. Many, again, this is from loudwire.com, Rockstar Experiences Paranormal Ghosts. Many a band have recorded hit records at the Harry Houdini house. Okay, speaking of going to mansions and castles and stuff. But the mansion does have a spooky history. Twiggy Ramirez, Twiggy Ramirez, and John Five relayed some of their experiences recording Marilyn Manson's Holy Wood album to Guitar Magazine, recalling some potentially paranormal experiences. Ramirez recalled, "I spent the night there once, and in the morning I heard people downstairs. I heard someone playing the piano.
No way.
I thought the crew had arrived. I figured it must have been Bon, one of our engineers. He used to be in this band. Who used to be in a band. And he was their piano player. I got up and there was no one down there. 10 minutes later, Bon showed up and I asked him if he was playing the piano. He said, "What are you talking about? I just got here. I don't know if he was pulling my leg or if some dead babies were playing the piano."
Whoa.
John Five shared a story that was a little more convincing. One time, our co-producer, Dave Sardi, was in the kitchen, and he was walking back into the living room. There were curtains separating the two rooms, and he bumped into somebody behind the curtain saying, "Oh, gee, I'm sorry." But when he opened the curtains, there was no one there.
Whoa.
So there was something going on in that house. There were so many rooms, tons of rooms in this place. Nobody in their right mind would want to stay there overnight. So that's a little interesting story there involving Marilyn Manson and both his great guitar players, Twiggy and John.
Wow.
Tame compared to his normal.
Yeah.
It didn't have anything to do with Marilyn Manson himself at all.
No. Which is probably why it was tame. My next story is Jim Morrison's story.
Jimmy Morrison.
He's a nice boy.
He had a long-standing fascination with the shamanism and the spirit world. He even wrote the poem The Ghost Song. So him making a comeback to probably scare off his former bandmates is something Jim would do.
Do you have spikes on your shoes?
I do.
Now I'm really scared. I just happened to look down. I'm like, ay.
The Doors' Ray Manzarek said in one interview, "I have a reoccurring dream. Jim has just returned from France, where he died in 1971, and has accomplished what he went there for in the first place, to rest, get clean, change his rock star lifestyle. We talked about where he'd been and what he'd been doing. I asked him if he'd been working on any new material, and just before he answers, I wake up. When I first told Robbie about it, he said, 'Yeah, me too. I had the same dream.'" The thing is, If we believe Ray, we'd have to be 100% certain Jim's really dead because according to some crazy conspiracy theories, he faked his death and is currently living in seclusion. So,
No, he
Take
came
that.
back as Billy Idol.
or that. But Jim Morrison's bandmates might not be the only ones visited by the Doors singer. Rock historian Brett Meisner revealed that in 1997, while stopping at the I'm always going to screw this up. Père Lachaise Cemetery in Paris.
You knew it was coming, Lily, huh?
Oh, Charlotte de
No,
Moose.
you go
I'm
ahead.
so
Look at
glad I
that
have
video.
Pepe Le Pew on either side of me. He had Pepe Le Pew's band now, sorry.
Oh, yeah,
He
sorry.
had a photo taken of the grave. 5 years later, coming across the photo, there appeared to be a chilling image in the shot that looks to be like the singer himself. Meisner told The Express that while thousands of people have visited the grave, nobody has captured this strange image. He sent the photo and negative for extensive analysis, but so far no one has been able to explain the image that was captured.
Yeah.
You can find the image online. I don't see anything. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know.
Crazy.
A trick of light was ruled out, and image manipulation also appeared unlikely. The historian believes that he was cursed by revealing the image, stating that his marriage broke down and he lost a close friend to a drug overdose soon after. Part of me wishes that I never stepped foot into the graveyard in the first place. I'm partly to blame for talking about it in the first place. I should have kept it to myself. Meisner said he had visitors come to his home with messages from Jim, and while at first it was interesting to see the bond people had with the photo, he now views it as a negative vibe. So he's now cursed forever.
Dang.
Damn.
Damn.
Doesn't surprise me with Jimmy.
You got one quick one for us, Pittsburgh Kevin?
Nah,
You
I'm
good?
done.
You done?
I'm spent.
He quit.
And he blew his load.
Oh,
Shot his wad.
Johnny Wad.
Johnny Wad. The Johnny Wads. There's a band name.
There
The
you
Johnny
go. Write him down.
So
Don't
anyways,
forget.
guys, happy Halloween to everybody. Go to LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com and check out our archives and all kind of fun links there, including our merch. RockRageRadio.com and WolfsCustoms.online. Now it is time for This Day in Music. Okay.
What the
That's
Beatles
enough.
do?
Okay, do you want to know? There is a Beatles thing.
Of course there is.
The Beatles kicked off their first tour of Sweden.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember that, Lou.
And
It
I'm
was so
not-
good. They look so cute.
Karlstads. I don't know. I'm not even Sunsten. No.
Tusengarten.
Wait,
No,
let me see it.
No.
Let me see
Das
I'm
it.
not
sind
even wasting
Kusenader.
time. It's the Beatles.
Das
The
sind
Beatles- The
Kundesatz.
Beatles did something, and something. One of them wiped their asses. This is the first appearance to This Day in Music in 1964. This is the first time the Rolling Stones ever appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show, which was at the time in the
Big
60s
thing.
was
A big deal.
the place,
Yeah.
where people tuned in to see what was going to be the next hot thing. On this day, now this is a guitarist that I think. Just somebody has a YouTube channel where they talk about like guitarists that like people sort of forgotten about or have fallen by the wayside or whatever. And you guys know, who Jeff Healey is.
Sure,
You know,
yes.
Lily, Jeff Healey. On this day in 1966, age 7 months old, Jeff Healey had his right eye surgically removed and subsequently his left eye 4 months later replaced with artificial ones, necessitated by a form of cancer of the eyes. Ooh.
Jeez.
3 years later, Healey was given his first guitar by his father at the age of 13. The Canadian guitarist formed his first band, Blue Direction.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, he was like a kind of a musical prodigy.
Yeah, he was.
On this day in 68, Zeppelin played a gig at Surrey. Although there are unconfirmed reports of earlier shows, this appears to be the band's first gig with their new name after initially performing as the New Yardbirds. Interesting. On this day in 1969, the Archies, Sugar Sugar,
Yeah,
was at number
baby.
1 on the UK
I
charts.
love that song.
That's all I can do.
On this day in that sounded like it felt good.
Yeah.
1970, on this day, President Nixon asked programmers to ban all songs containing drug references.
Stop
Lily.
yourself.
Good job.
Listen, Lily, she's great.
And let's get Elvis to be our drug czar.
Barbara
Which one?
Streisand
Oh, yes.
scored her 4th U.S. #1 album, Guilty, Also on this day, Streisand started a 3-week run at #1 UK singles charts with a song written by the Bee Gees, "Woman in Love," the singer's only UK #1 hit.
Wow.
Bon Jovi went to #1 the U.S. album chart this day in 1986. "Slippery When Wet."
Ha-ha.
"You Give Love a Bad Name," living on a prayer of classics.
Hey, what are you doing there, Lil? Come on now.
Do you guys know who Roger Miller was?
Now that I'm reading it, yes.
He sang "King of the Road."
Okay, yes.
And a bunch of others. It was, he's won 11 Grammy Awards as a songwriter.
Wow.
No idea.
After falling over on stage when reaching for his guitar pick, Johnny Cash announced this day in 1997 during a gig in Michigan that he was suffering from Parkinson's disease.
Wow.
That's a kind of a sad one.
Yes.
I think that is probably Michael
J. Fox?
No.
Okay, I just throw it out there. On this day in 2012, Michael J. Jackson. Thank you.
Power of
Pittsburgh.
suggestion.
Forbes magazine said that Jackson topped their list of highest-earning dead musical celebrities, earning $145 million in the past year after he was freaking
Wow,
dead.
after he's dead. Yeah.
Ranked #2 with Elvis, who had 55 million. So he was way ahead of Elvis, way, and and Elvis was way ahead of Bob Marley, who was #3.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember hearing Courtney Love talk about how Nirvana is still a business. I didn't think about it.
They still have
and
meetings.
She was talking about
Yeah.
like, they have to have like meetings, and she has to talk to Novoselic and Grohl, and it's not always fun.
Yeah, I've heard those meetings went real well or go really well.
Yeah. We have some birthdays.
Oh.
The incomparable and 70s icon Helen Reddy was born this day in 1941.
I don't know if you know this, but she is woman. There you go. That's all.
Do we have any Yes fans out there? Owner of a Lonely Heart
Yes.
and Fragile and all those great albums.
Yes.
John Anderson was born this day in 1944.
Nice.
Everybody
Love somebody.
loves somebody sometimes. No, this is the wrong. Never mind. I'm not even going to say what I was going to say because you guys will laugh at how dumb I am.
That's okay.
1948. I'll tell you guys after the show. 1948. Happy birthday on this day, Glenn Tipton from Judas Priest.
Wow. 1948. He's old.
Yep. Matthias Jobs.
Yeah, is it
from the
Jabs?
Scorps.
It's
Yeah.
Yobs.
Is it Yobs?
I believe that's how you pronounce it.
Chad
Yeah, I think
Smith,
you're right,
the
yeah.
drummer for the Chili Peppers, and a bunch of other very
Give it
cool
away.
stuff.
Give it away.
Yeah, really played on the last Ozzy album. Yep.
Cool.
With with Duff McKagan. That's a cool rhythm section. Duff McKagan and Chad Smith.
Heck yeah.
I'd rock out to that.
Hell to the yeah.
And Katy Perry, former Christian rock singer.
Now Hobad.
Stop.
Shake them boobies. What? Who said that?
So guys, all right, real quick before we wrap up for today, what are we doing? Any comments you want to reference to?
Nothing that I haven't already read.
Okay. I want, if you have the three of us, if you have any kind of spooky, weird thing that ever happened to you, or that you know of in your family or something like that, if you would like to share it, could we go around the room and do that?
Yes.
We'll start with Pittsburgh Kevin.
All right. So, as you know, my brother passed away many years ago. I'm in my dining room looking at my dad, and my mom came around the corner behind me and walked down into the basement. I'm still talking to my dad, and she was behind me. A few minutes later, my mom came down from upstairs, walked behind me, and started heading toward the basement. I'm like, whoa. You just came down here and walked past me. She goes, no, I was upstairs. I'm like, no. I heard you and felt you as you passed me go downstairs. And she looked at me and she said, that was your brother.
All right.
Maybe. That's okay. All
Scary.
right. That's one of the. It's almost everybody has some like story.
Yeah.
In their family or something about some something that happened. But Lily V6.
Well, apparently when my grandfather died when I was 3, I had a dream, and I told my mother this. I don't recall the dream, but I told my mother that he took me by the hand and walked me through this garden and told me that he was going to be okay. Now, my grandmother, his wife, when she died when I was 19, I was waiting for something similar for her to reassure me that she was okay, and she did. She came into my house. She was dressed all in white. She sat down in my chair, crossed her legs, and said, "What's going on? What you doing? You good? I'm good. We're all good." And then that was it. So I kind of feel like that was her thing, too.
I thought you were going to say, but
Cool.
Grandma was very naughty, and she appeared to be like in flames and chains going like,
No.
Repent.
No, my grandma was cool.
I will also share a grandparent thing. My grandfather on my mother's side of the family, Pappy Zink, he very, very practical, pragmatic, no BS kind of guy. Worked in a coal mine, worked on a garbage truck, just trying to feed his family. It really wasn't religious. My grandmother was all about, going to church, and Pappy was like, whatever. Christmas and Easter, I'm good. And he told me that when they were very, very young, they were a young couple, they, as a lot of young people did, before they could get really established on their own, they lived with my grandmother's parents. And so did, her sister, her husband, and so it was like a few of them all living in this big house. And they had all there was this bathroom, and in this bathroom was a door that went up to the attic. It was like it was an old house, they did weird shit. And Pappy said he went in there. He says he just took down his pants, was going to do some, he was going to drop a deuce.
Sure.
And he heard somebody on the other side of that attic door walking around whistling.
Oh.
He said, "Louie, I didn't even finish what I was doing. I pulled up my pants and I got the heck out of there." Yep. So, and I think everybody's family, there's like a couple stories. Like we have a bunch of them, but I just wanted to pick one that I thought would be kind of easy to tell. But
Hey, Lou, real quick, here's a real crazy one, right? The other day, I was walking around in my kitchen, and there was like thumps from the floor. It was scary, Lou. Why are you looking at Lily?
because Lily lives under your floor.
Oh, that's right.
You mean when I was
Lily's like, Lily's like the troll in the Billy Goat's Gruff. She lives under the floor.
Can I be a pretty troll?
Yeah.
Well, of course.
Okay.
Like you're like evil.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, you like
that's
you
fine.
like that evil stuff. I see your Facebook.
Oh my.
She's all about the evil stuff.
It's not that evil. It's just a little bit evil.
Just a little evil. Just a little evil. What's a little evil amongst friends?
That's right.
Honestly.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Don't forget to go to wolfscustoms.online, rockrageradio.com, and especially Loudini rockandrollcircus.com or loulombardimusic.com. All kinds of cool stuff, free downloads, access to archives, and just a lot of fun. And let us know if you would like to be a part of the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. Shoot me an email at lou@loulombardimusic.com. We are looking for guests to sit in with us. We have some folks in mind that we've been talking to. But if you got something interesting going on, we'd love to have you. So reach out to us for that. Lily has a show on Rock Rage Radio.
I do. Hot Licks with Lily 6, Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. Go to rockrageradio.com or download the app for free, Rock Rage Radio.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Kevin.
If anybody wants to send me some money for my birthday, that'd be awesome. I'm just saying.
Happy birthday to
Thank
Pittsburgh,
you.
Kevin.
Birthday.
It's just been fun. It was a good day. You guys have a good time today?
Yes.
Hope everybody enjoyed themselves. We did too. And on that happy note, have a happy Halloween, everybody. We'll catch you all on the next Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
Around the valley floor, I hear the cry of another people. Take my hand and walk through this door. I'm gonna
was
and
fun.
that is what they call a rap.
Boom goes dynamite.
Bang goes to nitro.
Oh boy.
I keep forgetting to say that. I'm gonna put a little piece of post-it right here.
Piece of post-it.
A piece of post-it so I can remember to
Just
say.
a piece of it.
So when did you see Halloween?
I have to think.
Did you see
When did
this
it come
weekend?
out? When did
Oh,
it
you
come
saw
out?
no. You told me
screamed.
about it, and then
Yeah,
I saw.
that's
So
right.
you
Yeah,
saw
she
the
saw it
previous
first.
week.
Yeah.
'Cause
Okay.
remember you telling me about the different references and stuff. In
Yeah.
it.
I came it like I came it because I can talk. I saw it the Sunday after it came out.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I thought it was super fun.
I loved it. I don't know why people are poo-pooing it. I don't know. I think it's great. I think it's great that they had the townspeople point of view on it. So
Yeah, no,
it made me happy.
Yeah, it was it was cool.
I was not like,
But it's still not over.
oh no, I mean they left it wide.
Well, when I was the speculation I heard was that the next they're kind of setting you up for the third one,
Yeah.
and this is a kind of middle thing, and the last one's gonna like kind of wrap up the whole Strode story
well, I
and all
hope so
that.
because
you
we
know.
don't need like 100 more of these. But I mean they did a great job on these.
Are you kidding? There will be 100 more
I
because it's
know.
super popular.
Well, I'm telling you, rewatch the 2018 one, and you will see all the things from the second one you see in the first one. You'll be like, oh my god, I know who that is, and that is, and that is, and that is. It's great.